And wait for it. I absolutely love that music.
That was cool.
How you doing?
I'm good.
I'm Rob. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. That was a vicious circle opening. Gosh, dang it. Welcome to the movie Madhouse. I'm Rob,
I'm James.
I'm Jason.
and our special guest.
Hi, I'm Kenny Casanova.
There we go. Kenny chimed in, and he got suckered into being a guest today.
Somehow.
Now, Kenny asked right when we got in here. He's got a cool little box. He wants to do a quick unboxing.
Oh, you want to do that? All right, let's do it. An unboxing. So, usually people know me from more of the wrestling world and from the literature world, but not film. I'm also an English teacher that taught a film class. Ooh. So, to pass time in this COVID,
I can't hear anything.
Oh, you can't?
Can you hear me?
Oh, now I can.
There we go.
Okay. So pass time for this whole COVID quarantine. I've been buying what some people would consider the crappiest cult favorite B films from the 50s and 60s that I could watch. So we're going to do an unboxing, and we'll see if you're familiar with any of these titles. Hopefully you are.
From the stuff I've seen you posting, I don't have a lot of confidence.
Well,
let's take a look.
I'm intrigued.
Let's see here. I got thanking me for my purchase off of eBay.
I'm going to zoom in on Kenny for this one.
Oh, I can't open that. The tape is pretty tight.
There you go.
They got it in the nice bubble wrap. So if you're an ASMR fan, right, that's a film genre, right? ASMR. Yep. So we've got the popping paper. Now let's take a look at this. I'm going to take each one out here and we'll take a peek. First one I think I'll take out is, how about this one? The green slime.
Yeah,
I can't say I've heard of that one.
No, all right. We'll set that aside then. How about The Terror from Beyond Space? It.
That one's something.
I've heard of that one.
Have you? Okay.
I have.
Vaguely familiar. What is ASMR?
ASMR is like these. I wouldn't call it erotica, or I don't know.
No.
These chicks. Yeah, these chicks go on YouTube, mostly chicks, and they make noises and they whisper when they talk. So they go, I haven't seen you in a long time. And then you hear like they'll put their hands on I don't know if you hear like
auditory, sensory, something or other. It's supposed to be.
Be careful
like
not to know too much, Jason.
While you're opening the next one, I'm going to take a look.
Oh, I see.
Okay.
Autonomous sensory meridian response.
That's what I was just going to say.
Okay. All right.
It's kind of sexy, but I don't know if it's supposed to be. And people say they don't really watch it for that, but I think some people do. It's usually a hot chick whispering and making like noises, chewing gum, opening gift wrap.
It's not just that. That's the biggest fad for it. But it's anything that, when people say it's satisfying to watch, like peeling off the film off your new TV screen and stuff. It's that sort of thing.
This is what they do. They'll have like 20-minute videos of a girl just going, I've got the bubble wrap from the paper.
I was just looking on it, and apparently a lot of it is meant to help you sleep.
I guess, yeah.
What?
And so it's like white noise?
Yeah, I put in ASMR into YouTube, and a lot of it is like, to sleep, go to sleep, how to sleep, helping sleep.
I could not think of Kenny doing that in my ear. That was just, no.
So here's the mystery one. This one's called Mission Stardust. Oh. And it was going to be Forbidden Planet, but I told him I already had Forbidden Planet, and he said he'd swap it out for a different one. So I didn't know what I was getting, and that's what I got. So this is right along the same lines.
Film that staggers the imagination.
Yes.
Mission Stardust, the working title for Rogue One.
So Forbidden Planet, by the way, is the robot from Lost in Space. Warning, Will Robinson.
Yeah,
oh, yeah.
Isn't he known as
that was
Robbie
the first
robot?
movie. Yeah, that's it. That's the first movie he was in. So here's another one.
I haven't seen his IMDb yet.
That
Mars
sounds
Needs
familiar.
Women.
I've heard of that one.
You know
I
what?
remember that one.
They
Like, vaguely.
sampled this in Pump Up the Volume. You ever hear that song from the 80s? It'd be a
Yeah.
nice little segue for what we're doing today.
Oh, the
They go,
song.
Mars needs women. So that's where they pulled this from.
Huh.
Well,
All
the
right,
band
two.
that recorded it was Mars, so I guess that's it.
This one's called Wild is the word for Wild Wild Planet. It's like a black and white ripoff of Barbarella. And the last one. This one you probably do know, but it's the old one.
Never
War
heard
of
of
the
it.
Worlds. Yes? No?
Never
That-
heard of it.
Oh yeah.
No?
Yeah, no. Who?
So War of the Worlds was a radio show that scared people in the 50s. They thought there was
Orson
actually...
Welles.
Yes, Orson Welles put out a radio show, and people heard the broadcast and didn't know that it was sci-fi, and started to think that aliens were actually attacking, the people of the 50s, like the Fonz and everybody like that.
Yes,
So that's my little box. That's my box
That-
of the day.
is awesome, dude. I love
$15.
those. That's it.
Yeah, that's all I'll spend.
Oh man, I gotta figure out where you're getting those. Oh wait, that's American, so
The
that's like
eBay. The
Canadian.
eBay. So you got to go to eBay CA, I think.
There we go. Well, let's see what we got for today. I told
All
Kenny
right.
the topic, and he put together his list too. So, as our guest, what's your number 10, Kenny?
My number 10? Okay, let me bring it up. So do we know the topic? Has it been revealed?
Oh,
Should
yeah.
we say what the topic
Probably
is?
say it.
We should probably say it. Yes, top 10 80s action movies. And one of the things Kenny said is, can it be sci-fi? And it's like, technically anything with action can be an action.
All right.
I know
I
Jason-
personally
Yeah.
eliminated sci-fi, and I eliminated sci-fi and fantasy
Just,
just
to
so I could narrow down the list some more.
My
I did
list wouldn't have been that big if I had to take out sci-fi and fantasy and stuff.
Yeah.
well, what's yours, Kenny? Number 10.
Well, my 10 is Wrath of Khan.
Oh, very nice.
So I'm checking to see what
Nice.
Trekkies we have out there. Wrath of Khan.
Sure. Arguably the best Star Trek movie of all time. Sure.
Had a little bit of horror in it, right? A little scariness in there.
At least out of the originals.
Yeah. They took that bug. Remember, that's the thing that always haunts me is they put the bug in the guy's ear,
Yep.
the
Oh,
brain
yeah.
eater thing.
Yep.
It didn't seem to kill. Who was it that they gave it to? One of the guys. Didn't seem to kill him because he's
Chekhov.
Chekhov. He's still kind of kicking around at the end of the movie. I don't know if they warped the or they beamed the bug out of there.
Technically, the bug didn't kill the other guy. The other guy shot himself with the
Oh,
phase.
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Is it
The other
supposed to
one fell
slowly
in-
torture them?
Yeah.
It was
They
mind
make it-
control.
Yeah,
Make
made
him
him more
susceptible.
susceptible to Khan's commands. Yeah.
And Chekhov fell on the ground, and then it crawled out of his ear, and then they shot it.
Yep.
Because later on, I don't remember which one it is, in the newest ones, the newest Star Treks, they bring that back with the other timeline. I don't know if you follow it.
They-
Yeah,
Except they put it in his mouth.
right. And it didn't kill that guy either, I don't think.
No, he had. You see at the end of the movie though, he's in like a wheelchair or something. So I think he has some intestinal issues.
Yeah.
I like that they did that callback. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they brought a new Khan in, is what they did. So the new Star Trek series was like just before Kirk even made it to Captain Ship or Captain Hood or whatever you would call it. Something happened to his father, and then like he never made it there and had to go in a different way, and it changed the whole timeline. And Khan shows up early and all kinds of stuff. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Who was the actor who played Khan in the new one, Rob?
Benedict
What's that actor's
Cumberbatch.
name?
He was good in that one. I remember watching that one. He was good.
I like
Yes.
all those movies.
Jason, number 10.
My number 10, 1989. First, I think, at least it's the first North American introduction that I can recall for John Woo, The Killer,
Oh, very good. I forgot
starring Chow Yun-fat.
I have not seen that.
That I believe came out was in '89. Hard Boiled, I think, came out like a year later. And
I have
those are the
2
movies that
copies
really
of it.
put John Woo on in North America. And you don't get any more badass than that, you know?
If it's so badass, why is it number 10?
Oh,
Because there's other criteria that I take into consideration.
Good
So-
save. Good save, Jason.
Nice. James, what do you got for number 10?
Number 10, I have from 1989. I have Jean-Claude Van Damme's Cyborg.
Cyborg,
Ooh.
really?
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen.
They recently put it out on Blu-ray, and I found it, and I rewatched it again, and it was just as cool. It brought me back.
I don't think I've seen that one. I know.
It's-
I remember.
it's-
the poster.
Yeah, it's the one where he gets hired to escort a cyborg from here to this secret military base because she's got important stuff in her head, and then you get the big Hawaiian guy Fender and his group that are trying to. Well, they're pirates, or they have a special name for it because it's post-apocalyptic.
I like that.
But it was one of his early movies, and obviously the required martial arts are in there. But it's a good post-apocalyptic get from here to there without losing your escort or something.
Escort Quest. Yep,
Yes.
we've done that. Well, guys, I have from 1986, Big Trouble in Little China.
Ooh.
Ooh.
John Carpenter.
That comes up higher on my list.
That comes up. That's on mine too.
It was tough for my list. I wanted to put it higher, but there were a couple others that I think I watch more. So, but man, I adore that film. Jack Burton is one of my favorite characters from John Carpenter.
Just Kurt Russell doing a bad John Wayne impression.
Yes, exactly. On to number 9. Kenny, what's your number 9?
Terminator, the first one.
Oh, that barely missed my list.
Just barely, right? I liked it a lot just because it was the first one, right? And before you got into all the crazy special effects and all this, it still has the charm of the 80s going on. And it's probably one of the early movies that puts Arnold on the map.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It really did.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think you count Hercules in New York or whatever that was.
He was.
Oh no, because he was credited as Arnold Stang for that movie.
So it doesn't count.
And I think he was dubbed in that too.
He was.
Yeah, right? Did you? Hi, I'm Hercules.
But even for 1984, the effects were just incredible from Stan Winston. Oh, here's Glowin's chirped in here just a second here. My number 10, They Live
Okay.
by John Carpenter.
Nice.
John
See-
Carpenter will come up so much in the 80s, I think.
See, all these movies that are getting named, these sci-fi ones, would have been on my list, but I had to narrow it down.
Well, if you had enough awesome pure action movies, then kudos. I mean,
No, exactly.
I tried to do half and half. I wanted to work some real arts in that weren't sci-fi, but it was hard.
mine might be half and half, or a little bit less than half.
Well, Jason, what's your number 9?
Oh yeah.
My number 9, arguably the greatest Christmas movie of all time, Die Hard.
Die Hard.
There we go.
1988. Like,
So
what's
can we
not
vote?
to
Let's
say about it?
let's all vote. Is it a Christmas movie or not? Thumbs up if it is. Thumbs down if it's not.
No.
Oh, it's half and half,
Not
so
a
the-
Christmas movie. No.
The argument continues.
I just knew the argument.
Let's
But, you
put
know, it's
people
the
in
movie that really launched Bruce Willis, and you know, Yippee-ki-yay is iconic, and the Christmas movie argument. You know, it had to be on the list.
Yeah. I'm going to jump. James, I'm going to bump you for 1 second. My
Okay.
number 9 is Die Hard.
All right.
Oh wow.
Okay, James, what's your number 9?
Well, I had a thought to temporarily make Jason mad, but I won't. So
Annie.
no, what? I don't know what kind of action that movie has. I was just gonna say that out of the 5 Die Hard movies, number 1 is last.
What?
Yeah, I like number 5 the best.
Black sheep in our family.
Anyway, sorry. My number.
So
nine,
what's your favorite Police Academy?
Oh,
It's got to be 6.
No, I think it's I want to say it's 3, Back in Training.
All right.
It's the one I saw the most.
I think I like Moscow.
I never saw that one. I do remember David Spade from Citizens on Patrol, though.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, My number 9 is Streets of Fire from 1984. The Walter Hill rock opera, Michael Pare. It's ridiculous. It's got awesome music. Willem Dafoe in like weird slicked back hair, and oh man, it's awesome. Walter Hill.
I'm familiar with that title. Yes.
You had brought up the trailer, and the trailer is basically like a music video.
Yep.
But it's 80s awesomeness.
Well, let's get glowing in here. His number 9 is Batman, 1989, directed by Tim Burton.
Ooh,
Nice.
that's
a really good choice.
That's in my honorable mentions.
I didn't get that on my list, and now I'm feeling like a putz. Kenny, number 8.
So I got kind of stuck here and didn't know exactly what to do, so I did a tie for my 8. And
That's cool.
It's related to the main actor. So it's a Rocky Rambo hybrid for number 8.
Okay. So Rocky.
And Rocky started earlier than 80s, and that's why I couldn't put it on there. But there were some thereafter, and
Right.
coming
2
from
and 3 were both in the 80s.
Right, and the wrestling world loves 3 because that's what birthed Hulk Hogan and Mr. T and ultimately WrestleMania probably. So Rocky and Rambo tie for 8.
Interesting.
All right.
Blood. There we go.
Now you're talking First Blood Part 2, right?
Right, because I think both start was
No, First Blood. I
First
think
one was
is
79.
70s, isn't it? Yeah,
79 I think so.
but it's not as much of an action flick. It's more of a drama piece.
Right, but it gets there. The rest of the series becomes very action. So.
Oh, very much so.
Right, so that's why I've like more of the series is happening there.
And that's a good combo, too.
I had to give something to Sylvester Stallone, and I didn't know what to do, so I picked both.
Sly and Arnold, you got to get them on the list at least once.
Yes.
Absolutely. Jason.
My number 8 is the first introduction to Steven Seagal, 1988's Above the Law.
Oh, the law. Nice.
I just found out I don't have Sly or Arnold. No, I do. Okay, never mind.
Oh, ooh.
I don't have Sly on my list.
Really?
I have Sly in my honorable mentions. I don't have him in my list.
I have Arnold on it once and Van Damme on it twice.
I don't either. So kind of think of it.
I have no double actors.
No.
It's weird. So
Okay, sorry, we're glossing over Jason. Jason, sorry, you're 8 again?
it's all good. It was Above the Law, 1988.
Right.
First introduction to Steven Seagal. He popularized Aikido. And it was so different from anything else we'd seen to that point. So it really stands out.
I wasn't that big a fan of that one, but the first one I saw in the theater when I first saw him was Hard to Kill. I saw that with my older brother. I thought that was awesome.
Yeah, that's the second one.
Yeah, of all of them, the first 2 I think are the best. After that, it's
Yeah.
James.
Isn't he a cop now, Steven Seagal? He's like a cop or something?
Cop or bounty.
Sheriff,
Yeah,
maybe?
he's a sheriff deputy somewhere, yeah.
Or is it Marshall? Wait, yeah.
Something.
I'm going to look that up. James,
There's
what's your
number 8? My number 8 is from 1989. It is Lethal Weapon 2.
2?
Yeah, that was another one where we were watching this one repeatedly. I liked this one with him against the South Africans, the Krugerrand gold they were going after, him and Patsy Kensit hooking up, the introduction to Joe Pesci as Leo Getz.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I thought it was great.
It comes up later in my list.
Cool.
Really? Interesting.
Yep.
Okay, this is going to be interesting. Now I'm anticipating these lists now. Okay, law enforcement work. Reserve Deputy Chief in the Jefferson Parish, Louisiana Sheriff's Office.
You want to see something hilarious? Look up. Are you familiar with the comic Tom Segura?
Oh, I know Tom Segura.
Yeah, look up Tom Segura and Steven Seagal. He talks about him on that show, and he basically is familiar with everything. But he talks about his Aikido, but he doesn't really have the same range of motion that he used to. It's hysterical. But he talks about that cop show.
I'll be looking that up. Okay. Now, my number 8. This is a very underrated one, but a buddy of mine described it to me as Lethal Weapon meets Aliens. And when you do that, it's like, okay, I got to watch it. And I love it. It's called
Curious.
The Hidden.
Oh, I've heard of this, but never saw it.
Yes. Kyle MacLachlan's in it with Michael Nouri. And it's basically about these aliens that are hunting each other, but they're like Star Trek. They're a bug. Okay, they're about this big that go into the mouth and then take over the body. So they're basically hunting each other through this city, but they're jumping from body to body.
Huh.
Oh man, it's
interesting.
What did it
I
get?
remember vaguely that movie.
Yeah, 7.0 on IMDb, so that's pretty good.
It's one of those ones I remember seeing the preview for it back in the 80s, but I never saw it on video anywhere.
Yeah, you got to watch it. That's your homework.
Sounds good.
Okay, number 8 for Glowin', The Karate Kid.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, those are technically. I when I was initially making my list, I threw those on there, and then I took them off. Not because I don't like them, but I was going for more like guns and action.
Are you all watching Cobra
exactly.
Kai?
That's what I would have included it on mine, but I don't consider Karate Kid to be an action movie.
Yeah, not maybe the first one, just because of how many times he gets beaten up.
Yeah, true.
Right. That's what I kept thinking about. Violence, right? How much violence is in the movie, and that's what makes action.
Exactly.
Or at least part of it.
Let's go to 7. Kenny, number 7.
I have, and this is violent, Full Metal Jacket.
Ooh.
Come on, Stanley Kubrick. You gotta love it.
How did I miss that?
Oh my god. Oh,
Yes. Full Metal Jacket.
I can't believe I missed it.
That's the one. That should be some people's number ones in some cases.
That
director
would definitely be.
Well, it would be up there. I don't know if I excluded it because we did our Vietnam War list. Oh no, I missed that one.
Yeah, me too. And now I'm kicking myself. Damn it. That blows up my entire list.
I'm going to skip you guys for just a second and get to my number 7. Full Metal Jacket.
You have really?
Yep.
He just changed his list.
That's why we're going to bump it out of the way.
All right.
Jason.
All right. My number 7 is 1985. This is I believe, the first Schwarzenegger role outside of Conan and Commando.
I knew you were going to say that.
Commando, him and Radon Chong,
Alyssa Milano, that almost made my list.
Oh, yeah. I forgot Alyssa Milano was his daughter. Yeah. The thing I remember most from that movie, though, it's one of the first times where I ever saw an Easter egg, like a botch, and it's been with the Porsche, because the Porsche they're driving around in a yellow Porsche, and at one point it's on its side, so the entire driver's side should be crushed in. He pushes the car back over onto wheels. They drive away. The car's fine.
Now, that's not true. Porsches back then were built with auto repair systems. So it just, yeah.
Sure.
Schwarzenegger was already just so rich, he just could do that.
Ryan says action. That was weird. That sounded very close. Action encompasses so many genres. Is Aliens action or sci-fi?
Both.
I think it's both. Yeah, exactly.
It is both, but because it includes sci-fi, it's not on my list.
It's on mine.
Well, James, what was your number 7?
Okay, number 7 is my second Van Damme movie from 1988. It is Bloodsport.
Ooh,
Bloodsport.
Nice.
I might as well just jump in here because that's my number 6.
Nice.
Number 6?
That's my number 6.
Still one of my favorite Van Damme movies, and it's probably his second or third movie, I think.
It's my number 3.
Oh wow!
Oh wow,
Kenny.
It's not on my list.
Oh,
it would have been honorable mention.
And Bloodsport was Van Damme's second movie.
Yeah.
His first starring role.
Okay.
Right.
He did No Retreat, No Surrender. Might have even been a sequel where he played a villain prior to that.
He played a villain in Black Eagle, but that was after No Retreat. I never saw No Retreat, No Surrender, but Black Eagle I think might have been around Bloodsport time.
Kumite.
Yeah. You hear that song in your head.
Yep. We got mine. My number 7, same as Kenny's, Full Metal Jacket. Here's glowing. Lethal Weapon, 1987, the original.
That was close.
And we'll talk about that just a bit more because it's my number 2.
Oh wow.
Yes. So let's go on to number 6. Kenny, what's your number 6?
Number 6, I have Batman. But since it was already said, should I pull that out and put in a honorable mention?
Oh no, we want your list because this is your ranking.
All right, so Batman.
And that's iconic just because it's the first major motion picture other than 66 of Batman.
Right.
And
No shark repellent in this one.
Right. And it was darker than everybody anticipated.
And the soundtrack probably broke records with Prince, and I remember
Oh yeah.
I remember getting that album and like loving it as a kid, even though that probably wasn't Prince's best work. And some people probably like crapped all over it. I liked that. I liked it a lot.
We were all doing the bat dance at one point.
That's it. The Bat Dance.
I went out and bought the can that looked like a little film.
Yes.
Had the CD in it, and it's in my car right now. I still listen to it.
Nice.
Jason, well, you said yours number 6 was Bloodsport. James.
My number 6 from 1988, Young Guns.
Oh, I forgot Young Guns.
So many other I missed, damn it. And yes, Young Guns.
Emilio Estevez, Charlie Sheen, Kiefer Sutherland,
Casey Semenko.
Casey Simasco, yeah. It's the bad
Dermot
guy.
Mulroney in that one, or is he in number 2?
Nope.
He's in the first one.
Dermot Mulroney is Dirty Steve.
Yep.
Yeah.
Terry
What's his
Quinn.
name? Terry Quinn, yeah, from Lost. But the bad guy.
Oh, Jack Palance.
Thank you. Yeah.
It's for one-armed push-up man.
Yeah, Jack Palance, and then I always forget his name, and I always forget the other guy's name. He was their boss.
Oh, Terrence Stamp.
Thank you.
Yes.
I always forget Terrence Stamp's name. I don't know why.
It's Chancellor Valorum from episode 1.
It is.
That's what I remember about that. That's it. Now, Young Guns is one of my favorite. I love that Western.
It brought Westerns back. It gave it a revitalization because by the 80s, kids weren't interested in Westerns anymore.
No.
They weren't playing Cowboys and Indians. We were playing Star Wars. So
rightly so.
Young Guns really it brought some new fire back into the Western genre.
Exactly. Yeah. After the 60s, like the 60s and 70s had those spaghetti Westerns, but it kind of and then Young Guns brought it. It did this, Unforgiven, and now it's just kind of.
But the spaghetti Westerns, that was all the dads watching that stuff.
Yeah.
That kids weren't into that. I know, I lived it. I wasn't into it.
Young Guns. Everybody loves Young Guns.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, my number 6, I remember this was not a date movie, okay? I went out with a girl the first date. We went to see this movie, and then we never spoke again afterwards. It was Red Dawn.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
God damn it.
That,
I got so many movies that I missed. My list is screwed.
I don't think I've seen that movie since like the 80s or 90s.
yeah. Well, when you have people shooting guns and, the Russians invading, and she wanted to see it because Patrick Swayze and Jennifer Grey were in it.
And Charlie Sheen, I think.
Yeah, Charlie Sheen's in it. C. Thomas Howell.
Powers Booth.
Yes, like there's a lot of people, but it's not a date movie.
And we wonder what she's doing now, right?
I have no idea. Oh, yep. She's making videos. Rubbing paper.
Nice.
Interesting piece of trivia coming off of Red Dawn. Patrick Swayze and Jennifer Grey did not like each other
At all.
and
During
then
Red
they
Dawn,
got
or
cast during Red Dawn. So when they got cast for Dirty Dancing, there was heat, and the director really had to get them to iron out their problems to film Dirty Dancing.
They kept
Huh.
going to production and saying, "Can we get someone other than that one, like each other?"
Yeah.
How could you not like Jennifer Grey? Who puts her in the corner?
Apparently, the reason they didn't like each other too much, and it got ironed out in Dirty Dancing, was their level of work. Jennifer Grey was a little more afraid to tackle stuff, whereas Patrick Swayze would jump in head first. Damn, be the rules, you know?
it's because Patrick Swayze was Dalton.
Right? Roadhouse.
I think that almost made my list.
Roadhouse?
It's borderline action movie, maybe.
What?
Borderline action?
Just moving on. Moving on.
I'll just come clean. I forgot about it.
There we go. Glowin's got his number 6, sorry, Top Gun.
Yes.
Ooh.
That's true. I forgot about Top Gun.
I did not.
Ooh.
Wait a second. Is it on my list here? Oh no, it's because I have a list of 26 movies that I was trying to pull from. It's in there, and I don't know why I didn't. Interesting.
I heard just on the radio today there's some place that's selling actual movie memorabilia, like actual props from films, and Maverick's helmet from Top Gun is on the block.
Some money.
It's
Speaking of
expected
which-
to go for, I believe, 50 to 70,000.
Wow.
Speaking of which, sad news: Top Gun Maverick got bumped to next June.
Oh,
yeah.
I can wait.
But on good note, New Mutants is scheduled for August 28th.
Huh.
Yeah, and
Finally.
And according to movie websites, Tenet will open in Canada on August 27th.
Sweet. Looks like I got a back-to-back weekend. Kenny, number 5.
Clash of the Titans.
Wow.
Yes.
Nice.
We know it, right? What's the guy's name? Ray Harryhausen. Stop action nation.
Harry Hamlin.
Yeah, Harry
He's a
Hamlin.
good actor, but
Yeah.
Harry Housen did the effects.
Oh yeah.
Right,
Yeah,
the effects. So like the Kraken and Medusa and
wasn't it also who played Zeus? Wasn't that Laurence Olivier?
Yes.
Burgess Meredith is his trainer in it too. He not only is he Rocky's trainer, but he's also Harry Hamlin's trainer.
Wow.
Ulysses? Is that Ulysses? Is he the main character?
I can't. No, it's
Perseus.
Perseus.
Yeah.
Yes. Is the sweet butt chin like on Family Guy.
That's Harry Hamlin.
Yeah.
And yeah, Laurence Olivier is Zeus.
Yep.
Ursula Andress is Aphrodite.
Ooh, pussy galore.
We see boobs at the beginning of the movie too. If you look real quick, there's like a breastfeeding scene real quick.
Thank God for the pause button.
And I was really young then, so I was pausing a lot. I probably broke it on the
That's why we were happy when Laserdisc came out. So we could pause it and not snap the tape. Jason, number 5.
Okay, I got a 2 for here because trying to choose between them wasn't going to work, but it's Lethal Weapon 1 and 2.
Okay.
Lethal Weapon 1. Lethal Weapon 1 is a solid action flick and very dramatic. You got the whole suicide thing with Mel Gibson and all that. It's Lethal Weapon 2 is where they really bring the comedy into it a lot more. So they really switch gears with the direction that they take that series. And to me, the Lethal Weapon series just got better as it went.
Oh yeah.
Like and it all starts with the number 1. You can't discount that. And Gary Busey as the lead henchman, and their final fight is brutal.
Oh yeah. Do you want another shot at the title?
Yeah, that fight in the rain is just awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is very true. But that's what I liked about the Lethal Weapon series. People try and do a sequel by doing the same thing. Whereas these guys said, okay, our catch was suicide. The guy's insane, blah, blah, blah. He's not. Let's move on and not try and carry that part on.
and that also leads in with Lethal Weapon 2 when Riggs snaps after the girl gets killed in Lethal Weapon 2. Spoilers. Okay, you saw like okay, he let his guard down and finally, let himself feel something for another woman after his wife, and
That
then
was
it got taken
brutal.
away from him. They
Dislocating
played
his
that
shoulder.
so well. That to me that's will stand still tall as one of Mel Gibson's best roles.
Oh yeah, Martin Riggs, without a doubt, without a doubt. James, number 5.
Number five is from 1989, Ridley Scott's Black Rain.
Ooh.
Yes.
Michael Douglas escorting Japanese Yakuza bad guy to Japan, and then he escapes. And Andy Garcia in there as well. Is it Kim Cattrall?
I never actually watched that one.
Oh, it's
it is so good. Black. It's
now too.
Sorry. I'm just
Michael Douglas.
Kate Capshaw.
That's right.
Right. Yeah.
This is Spielberg.
Yeah. It's got an awesome pure 80s soundtrack. It's vintage 80s Ridley Scott.
That was one of my honorable mentions, is that one.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay. For me, 1981 future post-apocalyptic Escape from New York.
Ooh.
All right.
I so badly wanted to put that on my list, but sci-fi, damn it.
Buddy, tied your own hands there.
I know. I was expecting this.
But I just that one is like John Carpenter at that period could do no wrong. If he put his name on a movie, it was amazing. You got The Thing, you've got Escape from New York, Big Trouble in Little China. It's just like that was his playground.
Mhm.
And if you see some extended stuff for the beginning when they actually show him robbing the bank, it was so cool. Nicely shot. Oh, you got to check it out.
Where is that?
I found it on YouTube.
Okay,
Yeah,
so it's
sometimes
not like, there's not like another cut.
They sometimes release stuff online, but not on the disc.
Well, see, it was originally on a VHS double tape. I had it. They didn't have it together as a director's cut, but they had the movie and then they had the second tape. You could watch the intro, the beginning. There was some behind the scenes stuff. It was the precursor to the DVD extra features.
Yeah, they're
I think
weird
they
like
did that with
that.
Blade Runner too, didn't they? I'm pretty sure there was like a weird director's cut of Blade Runner.
Oh, dude, there's like 6 different copies of Blade Runner.
He's got 'em.
multiple.
He has them.
Yes.
Yeah, Rob has them all.
I got it in a briefcase. I'll show you.
Yeah.
When we're chatting, I'll pull
Yeah.
it out and show you. It comes
So
with
sick.
But Escape from New York, absolutely love that film. Snake Plissken is one of my favorite characters.
Nice.
To this day, one of the greatest anti-heroes in film.
Exactly. That final scene where he's pulling the tape out of the cassette while the music's playing, it's like, yes. All right. Glowen has number 5, The Running Man.
Oh yeah.
I considered it.
Is that not one of Jesse's first appearances on film, Jesse Ventura?
I think so.
Was
That-
it?
With
Did
Predator.
Predator come first?
I think Predator might have been a year or so before.
Yeah, I think Predator came first.
I do think so.
Where Predator is 87. Oh, and The Running Man's 87. So, but I think you're right. I think Predator came out and then Running Man.
But Running Man was a much smaller role.
Yeah, it was. That's very, very
Yeah.
true.
I wanted to give Total Recall my my Arnold spot, but I couldn't do it because it's 90. It missed it by
Oh.
a year. So, and I like that one better than the one that I nominated. So, Total Recall is like one of my favorites, but
Oh, that's
didn't fall in the 80s.
Don't ask this guy which Total Recall he likes best. Okay. He was actually a background in Total Recall, the remake. So we tease him relentlessly. Number 4, Kenny, what you got?
The Goonies.
Oh, the Goonies.
Yes. Now you got to remember, I'm younger in the 80s, and that was more of a kids' movie, and it was a coming to age. So you had a lot of things going on. You had some comedy, you had some action, almost some sci-fi, maybe not really, maybe.
I saw that in the
Not
theater.
sci-fi. The only reason I didn't put that on my list is because the action is more adventure based.
Mhm.
I think whatever website
I'm being a bit of a hypocrite there, but as you'll see later on, but Goonies, I absolutely love Goonies, but I don't think for me it didn't fit this genre.
I think whatever website I was using to narrow down the category, I don't think it listed Goonies, so it breezed right by it.
All right.
But I saw that in the theater. It was the first movie I saw without my parents, but with my older brother and his friends. Amazing.
Huh.
It's a young Josh Brolin.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Corey Feldman.
Yeah.
Yes, that's true too.
Samwise Gamgee.
Short Round.
Yeah.
I don't know its real name.
Booty Traps.
Jason, number 4.
All right, this one. This is a guilty pleasure for me, but it is one of my favorite movies. 1985, The Last Dragon.
Oh,
I considered that. I used to watch that when I was a kid.
That was great.
Shogun.
I know the cheese level is off the charts with this movie. I admit that. But god damn it, do I love that movie.
Actually,
it's very, very small, very, very small role, but it's one of the first times I ever saw William H. Macy.
Oh, I don't remember him in that, but it's been decades since I watched it.
Wasn't Janet Jackson like a little kid, like a baby in that movie or something?
She might have been.
I feel like she played like a little girl cameo in it or something.
Okay. Leroy's little sister was Keisha Knight Pulliam from The Cosby Show.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking. Okay, so that would have had to, that's probably what I'm thinking of then.
William H. Macy played like the director or producer to Vanity's TV show on there.
Oh, you know what? Janet Jackson was in J.J. Evans' Dynamite. What was that? Good Times as a young kid. So somehow I just transposed those two, I think, from the Cosby Show.
Speaking of Vanity, Action Jackson just narrowly missed my list too.
Oh.
It's in my honorable mentions.
Yes.
Nice. James, number 4.
Was it my turn?
Yes.
Mine from 1986. In my opinion, the second best of the Alien franchise, Aliens.
There we go.
With the S.
With the S. The pure this movie's pure action. The first one's more horror. This one's pure action.
Yet another franchise that didn't try and duplicate, and I love it.
Exactly, yeah.
Yes. That one, I think that was the first time I'd seen Michael Biehn perform. I hadn't seen Terminator yet.
Really?
No, I hadn't.
Well, this would have been the second time I saw Michael Biehn perform then.
Yep. And Hicks it's one of my favorite characters. Like I was
somebody I just love the dropship and somebody wake up Hicks.
Yeah. Yeah. And Bill Paxton in that movie, he steals everything. Yep. Why don't you put her in charge? Yeah, everything he says, I just adore in that film. Man.
Just another beautiful day in the Corps.
Cole, do you want your slippers? Would you, Sarge? My number 4. I'm surprised it hasn't hit anything yet. Well, not for Jason, because anyway. Highlander. This is sci-fi, so I get why it's not on Jason's list.
I'm not as big a fan of the original Highlander as everyone else.
Oh, that's right, because it's a good movie.
I like Highlander Endgame mostly.
You like
because
2, don't you?
No.
You sure? Because it sucks, so you must.
Ah ha 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 ha! Blasphemy.
Let's not talk about 2, Rob. Don't even mention.
I don't mind 3. I love Highlander Endgame mostly because of Jacob Kell, the villain, and because you've got Connor and Duncan.
Yes.
One is pretty good, and it has an amazing Queen soundtrack.
Given the fact that I hate everything after 1, I do enjoy 4. Okay. Technically, nothing can happen after 1. There can be 1. There was 1. He got the prize. Game over.
I'm guessing you didn't see 5.
I did.
The source.
I did.
Yeah, it's pretty forgettable.
That's why I said everything after.
Yeah.
There we go. Glowin says his number 4, Conan the Barbarian.
That's not bad.
That has got great scenes in it. Oh, we broke James.
Man down, man down.
No. I went to stand up and it hooked my earphones.
Okay, number 3. Kenny.
There I am.
You're
All
back.
right, so here's where my list gets a little odd, because I started to think about Jason's rule of no sci-fi. So I didn't want to put sci-fi in the number 1 spot, though. My number 2 probably would have been number 1, but I moved it back to put something in that I felt was closer to the action adventure genre, more so than sci-fi, which seems to not deviate, but not stand for the true meaning of action. So
1 second, Kenny.
does that make sense?
Just once. I apologize, but James, you did just not take us into the bathroom with you, did you?
No,
You just
kitchen.
peed?
I went to
Okay.
get.
Just
I went to
checking.
refill my. I went to refill my drink. That
All
I
right.
was worried
Okay.
for a second. I was. So I just- Carry on.
Sorry, Kenny. Please continue.
So okay, so these 3, my last 3, and I won't list them all off, but I'm not. I'll explain my order later on. That's what best I'm going to say for now. So, Empire Strikes Back as number 3. First appearance of Yoda. I know it's sci-fi, but I still got to say it's action. And I asked permission from Rob if I could use sci-fi.
Oh no, absolutely.
any Star Wars.
My
Any
cutting
Star
it down
Wars
was strictly
movie is
for me.
action. Yeah, any Star Wars movie should be considered action as well as drama, romance.
It's got a lot. Yep.
It covers a
Yeah.
lot of bases. I was
Yeah,
watching.
I just limited myself just to make it easier to cut this list down. So
What's it called?
So you know that Joseph Campbell was George Lucas's English teacher in college. So he was his, and Joseph Campbell being the guy that
Heart of Darkness, right?
Joseph Campbell? No, that's Bruce Campbell.
No, the one who wrote Heart of Darkness.
Heart of Darkness.
the movie that Apocalypse Now, or the book that Apocalypse Now is based on.
Yeah.
Joseph Campbell wrote that? Because Joseph Campbell, I think, if we're talking about the same guy, I didn't know he wrote any scripts or anything like that. Joseph Campbell's like he's the guy that kind of came up with the whole idea of the action adventure hero quest, where there is a guy who is living in a pretty okay world. Something bad happens. It pitches him into Journey. He has to go somewhere, fix something, and then come back and return. So almost all of my movies have that Joseph Campbell Hollywood formula, and that really originated, and he was discovered because he was the guy who actually taught George Lucas how to write in college.
There is a Joseph Campbell that's credited with Star Wars stuff. He died. He died in 1984. I don't think it's the same one because it doesn't mention
Probably not.
Apocalypse Now or anything.
Okay.
No.
It's probably a different
just-
guy. I'm going to have to look that up and see who the other one is then.
Yeah, just
No.
common name.
Nick's got your back, James. He said there was no flush. So that's your story.
Like the bathroom or the kitchen.
And the cool thing about Empire, I don't know if you guys have ever watched on video. It's called the Pizza Film School with the Russo brothers. And they just did a 2-part about Empire Strikes Back with Mark Hamill.
Oh, all right.
And Empire is an amazing film because not only is it the middle part of the film that carries, a cliffhanger ending, which didn't happen then, it is also the exact middle of the trilogy. If you look at the trilogy, Act 1, Act 2, Act 3, just like in a movie. So in the middle of Empire, you actually have the middle of the full Skywalker story for the trilogy. And I didn't notice that until I was listening to these guys talk.
And the whole acts and a lot of what you're saying there mirrors the teachings of Joseph Campbell. If anybody's interested, if you're super nerdy, look him up.
Now, I'm going to jump ahead just a little bit too because Empire is my number 1.
Oh, okay.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
I am
Big
a little
review.
surprised by that, Rob. But
Absolutely.
I can understand.
It's called pizza.
You can actually listen here, James. It's okay. You don't
No,
have to.
I'm just sorry. I was just clearing notifications.
Gotcha. Jason, number 3.
I mentioned it earlier. Big Trouble in Little China is my number 3.
Aha!
The
Sci-fi?
cheese level is off the charts.
Getting closer
But
and closer.
It just works. It just works on so many levels. It is so 80s. What's not to love?
But wouldn't you
Yes.
call that a sci-fi fantasy?
Again, I had to stretch things a little bit, but I'm counting it. I know, I'm a hypocrite. I get it.
No, it works. James, number 3.
James, my lone Arnold film from 1987. I can't make the sound. Predator.
Predator. I gotta admit that one I don't have on my list, but I really should.
That was when I started my list. I put down three or four movies, and then for the next week or so was trying to build the rest of the list.
See, I did the opposite. I got a list of like 26 or 27 films, and I'm going through there's number 1. No, there's number 1. No.
Oh,
Yeah.
I had one movie in
How I
mind.
did it.
As soon as we announced the list, I wrote down a title. It's been my number 1 since we talked about it.
Good.
Well done. Okay. Well, we already talked about my number 3. It was Bloodsport.
Yeah.
And Glowin posted his Scarface.
All
I
right.
don't know if I
Nah.
agree 100%. It's got some amazing action scenes.
Yeah.
I would picture
not
more
a
of a drama. You think?
I was
Yeah.
not a fan of that one.
Oh, I love the film. I do love the film. But I think there's far too much drama to be considered an action film, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I would agree there.
Action. Oh, it does. That bathroom scene. Oh, yeah.
Overrated.
Anyway, number 2. I know. I
You
heard
did not just say that.
He did. I heard him. Number 2.
Oh, he's poking me. Ow! Ow!
And this is why we get together virtually. Okay. Kenny, what do you do?
All right, so I'm going to give my honorable mention now because my 2 is actually 1 and my 1 is actually 2 because of the idea of what is action, what is sci-fi, and does sci-fi water down my list. So my honorable mention is Enemy Mine, which I really wanted to put on the list.
Oh,
that was on my. That was close.
And it's sci-fi. And this is sci-fi too. My number 2 is sci-fi, but would be my number 1. So it's Back to the Future, the trilogy, the whole deal.
Oh,
Okay, yeah.
Huge Back to the Future mark. Anytime it comes on TV, I have to stop and watch it. And quite often it comes all 3 in a row, and then you got my whole day and TNT.
amen. Amen.
Up and done that day.
I've probably watched that trilogy more than the Star Wars stuff and everything. For some reason, it really resonates with me. I like the idea of being able to go back in time and fix stuff because I've screwed up so much stuff in the past, and it would be neat if you could do that, right?
The Back to the Future series is probably one of the best time travel movies. Like,
It's great.
they do it right. They cover their bases.
Well thought.
you
Yep.
know?
Yep. And they've even said they don't want to do a 4 because they know that it'd be crowbarring it in there, and there's not a space. But it really is a 1, 2, and 3 series, and it would be tough to make a 4. So, but that would be my number 1. And I'll tell you what my number 1 is in the next round. And
But
then
you're changing
that's why I picked that, because it's more of an action movie.
okay.
Mike Nada, he was instrumental in a few of our topics recently. He just said, "Hey guys, watching from work." Thanks, Mike.
Hey, Mike.
Hey.
Number 2 for Jason.
Again, I got a 2 for here because trying to choose between them, I just couldn't do it. But it's Raiders of the Lost Ark and Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. Just, fantastic action adventure. Come on, it's Indiana Jones.
And that was my number 1 because that's more of an action series, I think, than Back to the Future. So Back to the Future was my preference, but that is more the genre.
There's
Hey.
Chloe. Number 2, Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Now, I could have included the third one in here as well, but it didn't hold me as much as the first 2.
What about 4?
Like, it has. I've never seen 4. Let's not talk about that.
Wait a minute. The
But
last one,
The Last Crusade didn't quite work for me. Like
Wow.
it has some great moments, but it didn't hold me as
Wow.
well as the first two.
No, I liked it.
James, shh, you hate good movies, so be quiet. Wait, do you like Last Crusade?
Who doesn't like Last Crusade?
Obviously,
I'm
Jason.
not saying I don't like it. I
it's
just
the best-
I don't
it's
put
the
it as
best-
high.
It's by far the best of the four.
No.
Hey,
And
some
the
people
other one
really
was-
like that one. Some people.
And the other one was
think that's the
Sean
best.
Connery and
Yeah.
River Phoenix.
Sean Connery. Should have mailed it to the Marx Brothers.
Which one has the 007 nod at the beginning? Is it that one where he's wearing the white? Indiana Jones has the white tux
No,
on, and
that's Temple of Doom.
that's Temple of Doom. That's 2. I really like that
so-
open.
Because
Yeah.
that's where Short Round pops up again.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
And they're at Club Obi-Wan.
I don't remember that, but
Is that true?
That's true. 100% true.
Club Obi-Wan.
Let's
Nice.
see if I can find that picture.
There's a big scramble for like a gem, right? He's trying to get that red gem back or whatever. And
Well, he's trying to get the antidote, and she is trying to get the diamond.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Why do we have music?
What are we listening to? This sounds.
James is up to something.
It sounds like the crying game. You better not pull that like angina thing.
I will cut your feed. Just saying.
What's he say? I do me.
God's Silence of the Lambs.
Buffalo Bill.
Here we go. 1 second. It should pop up. No, it's taking a minute to load, but that's the scene outside Club Obi-Wan.
Nice. Okay, I can see it. Cool. All right.
Nice.
Never noticed that before.
Why is
All
that
right.
taking so long to load up? That's insane.
Where is the music coming from?
It's from James.
I thought my turn was coming up next, so I started early.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
In that
I
case,
thought that was Rob for some reason. All right.
James, number 2. And I think, yeah, I was going to say that name has been mentioned already. Top Gun.
I thought it would kick in sooner, but yeah, number 2 is Top Gun. I couldn't remember who mentioned it or when.
Glowing.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Top Gun, it just shy of my number 1. Top Gun was the second one I wrote down immediately. I lost track of how many times I've seen that movie. I can't wait till the sequel. I'm curious to see where Val Kilmer pops up because of the condition he's been in the last few years. But anyway, Top Gun, amazing. Number 2.
Nice.
And we know Rob's for 1, right? You already revealed The Empire Strikes
And
Back.
I kind of revealed number 2 already. Lethal Weapon, the first.
Oh,
I
okay.
adore that movie. And
I will say my number 1 has been revealed already.
really, okay. There's a comic book I used to read back in the 90s called Badger. Very little-known comic, but man, the book is freaking awesome. And there was talk at the time of a Badger movie, and Mel Gibson was supposed to play Norbert Sykes, who is the Badger. And everyone credited that final fight scene with the reason he would be cast, because Norbert's is a martial arts expert. It's a martial arts comic. And that fight, like you said, with at the very end is just incredible.
Yeah.
Okay, enough on that one. Now, number 1s. Kenny.
So again, my number 1 again is Indiana Jones. Definitely Raiders of the Lost Ark. I'm gonna go with the first one for that one, I think, and the whole trilogy gets the nod. If I'm allowed to do that.
It's like Rocky 4. Everyone forgets it exists. Just the trilogy.
Jason.
No,
1.
sorry. Rocky 5. Rocky 5. My bad. Rocky 4 is awesome.
Everybody remembers Rocky 4.
Yeah, Rocky 5. Sorry.
That's where he's totally broke, right? He's all broke, and
Oh, my ring is the streets.
that's it. Yeah.
Well, my number 1 is I when you think 80s action, it's got to be at the top of the list. Patrick Swayze, Roadhouse. You know, thought you'd be bigger.
See, that's my bad. That's my bad for forgetting.
Like, it's just that you don't get any more 80s action than Roadhouse. Period.
Terry Funk, right?
Yeah, Terry Funk is one of the henchmen. Yep.
Sam frickin' Elliott.
Yeah.
Wade Garrett. That was who he was. And Jeff Healy Band. Like, they're in the movie.
Oh, yeah.
Huge in that movie. Huge.
And ladies, his name is Dalton.
Yeah.
I always remember that film because that big catch line, I thought you'd be bigger. I'm with my buddy. We're watching it in the theaters. And
if you get the chance, watch the special edition with the commentary by Kevin Smith and Scott Mosier.
Huh. Okay.
It's gold.
Okay. So, I'm in the theater watching it. My buddy John's beside me. And during the love scene with Kelly Lynch, he puts her up against the wall. And what does my buddy John yell out? I thought you'd be bigger. I could hear the next 4 minutes from laughter in the theater.
I remember you told that story like a while back. I remember that. That's great.
That's classic.
I watched it with Cam just the other day, Roadhouse, and I can't look at that scene without laughing. And even Cam looked at me and goes, "Why? What's funny? Why are you laughing?"
That's great.
James, number one.
Okay, number one. It's been my number one since we announced this topic. It has been mentioned before. Okay, you people sit tight, hold the fort, and keep the home fires burning. And if we're not back by dawn, call the president. Big Trouble in Little China.
Nice.
There we go.
John Carpenter's best, in my opinion. Kurt Russell's probably best. Hateful Eight is kind of, but yeah. Oh my! I couldn't tell you how many times I watched Big Trouble in Little China ever since I was a kid. It's amazing. Jack Burton is amazing. Wang is amazing. Can you please stop rubbing up against me? I'm trying to concentrate.
And after him and Kim Cattrall kiss, and he comes out and he's confronting Lo Chang.
He's got the lipstick
all over his face. Oh man, that movie is such a blast.
And some bully bumps the back of your favorite head up against the bar.
Well,
awesome.
My number one was Empire, and Glowin's number one, Die Hard. Yippee
Die Hard. Nice.
You know, our favorite Christmas movie.
Good list. This was a good list.
There's a lot of good stuff on there.
Oh yeah.
I want to fire off my honorable mentions real quick.
Sure. Absolutely.
So Beverly Hills Cop. You know,
I wondered if that was too comedy, so I didn't include.
That's why I put in my honorable mentions.
Okay.
Action comedy.
Now, personally, I did not include this in the top 10 only because a lot of people have never heard of this one. But Jim Cotta, 1985.
I did see that listed. I was considering it. I saw that when I was a kid.
It stars Kurt Thomas, who is an Olympic gymnast. And he gets into this, like, it's cheesy and so silly, but you know, I watched the hell out of it as a kid. Remo Williams, The Adventure Begins.
Oh, that was on my list up until about an hour ago. No, not an hour ago. Maybe like 2 hours ago. It was like number 5 or something.
And it dropped fast.
It's so good.
I've always been ticked off that they didn't do any more.
Well, yeah, it says
Adventure began and then it ended.
Yeah.
The one I had for honorable mention, I wanted to get on my list, but it was so close, was Runaway.
Okay.
It's
Gene Simmons.
I don't know that ages very well.
I don't know. I haven't watched it in a while, but I loved it when I watched it, so I'm not going to rewatch it.
It was creepy when I watched it, yeah. Originally.
Here's an interesting connection to that. I also have on my honorable mentions Wanted, Dead or Alive.
Oh, yeah.
Rutger Hauer and Gene Simmons plays the villain.
Yes.
I never saw that.
It was pretty badass. It's been a long time since I've watched it.
What about Tango?
I think I need to go back to that one.
Tango and Cash. What about Tango?
Tango and Cash is on my list. On my
I've never
honorable
seen
mentions.
that. That's one I've never seen.
What about
I'm
Last
pretty
Starship
sure.
Fighter?
The Last
Wait, what?
Starship. Yes.
The Last Starship Fighter?
Oh,
The Last Starfighter, yeah.
Last Starfighter is great.
Starfighter. Let's see. Starship Fighter.
I could be wrong, but I think Tango and Cash is the movie that made the term FUBAR a thing.
Really?
Maybe.
Like,
It was always a thing in the military. It's what brought it to the public eye.
Okay.
Ah,
Yeah.
interesting.
They might have even said that in Full Metal Jacket, I think. I think that's...
I don't remember in Full Metal Jacket.
I'm going to go back and rewatch it. Watch for that.
I feel like it's in there. But...
Because they
And then I had Kickboxer also in there, and Batman and Superman 2.
Oh, yeah, Superman 2. That was almost on my list.
Kickboxer was almost on mine.
Cool.
See how hard it was? I'll see all those honorable mentions, and not to mention all the ones that I forgot about that came up today.
Yeah.
That's how hard. That's why this top 10 game is so tough for me.
But so much fun.
Nobody said the Road Warrior.
I almost did, but again, I cut it. Sci-fi.
It's not my
post-apocalyptic
favorite
and
of
all.
that series.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
So, Rob, are you going to post the girl that left you after watching the movie? And we can try to find her on Facebook and see what she's doing now?
I'm gonna look up her name on YouTube. ASMR, and I'm going to find out. All righty, guys. Kenny, thanks so much for being with us this week. This was a
Thank you,
blast.
Kenny.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kenny.
Thanks,
For
guys.
another week at the Movie Madhouse, I'm Rob.
I'm James.
I'm Jason.
I'm Ken.
That's right. And we'll see y'all later.
Toodles.
Bye.
Shut up! It's a man!